So I was in the line at the chemist. Oh, by the way, good to be back.
We're in the pub. We'll take a photo and put it on Facebook.
Good to be back in the same room doing the same thing. Back with my people. Back where I love being. Anyway.
There's no one here. You missed Mitch the drunk guy who lives upstairs talking to me about stuff. You missed him. But don't worry, he'll be back.
And so I'm standing in the line at the chemist and I look at the wall and there is a whole wall of fragrances. Fragrance. You know, like Sarah Jessica Parker, Katy Perry.
David Beckham.
Beckham's
got one.
Yep. Elizabeth Taylor has got one.
You're lying. She's dead.
She's dead.
That's funny.
It gives you a hint. You should think about the smell of dead people, don't you?
Yeah, what, the smell of worms.
Yeah. I don't know what the smells are. I'm not a big fragrance person. There's nothing
Nor am I.
Nothing worse than getting into an elevator.
Oh, the
worst.
worst.
When there's competing fragrances, like you have two or three men or women.
We call it John Pong in our house because we had a maintenance guy called John, and he always come over, and for the next 5 hours you would smell these fragrance, and the kids called it John Pong.
A friend of mine, I said, did you put it on with a fire hose? You stink. It's not like you now stink. You're burning the back of my throat. So I'm thinking, why? If I wanted a fragrance, what would I want my fragrance to smell like? And there should be things that
salt water,
saltwood beach, and then I take it a bit further. I'm thinking a pie warmer.
Oh,
isn't that a beautiful smell?
Yeah, but not hot dog water. Yeah.
Oh no, not hot dog water. No.
Petrol? I like the smell of petrol.
Two-stroke? I love the smell of two-stroke. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Mowed grass.
Freshly cut grass. Hi, I'm Glenn Robbins, and I've got a new fragrance called Cut Grass.
Cut grass.
And you put it on, you smell like cut grass.
You know what? It's a good one for Cal Knight sausages. Cooking is, I quite like
sausages
the smell.
with onions. I mean, you know, the smell of Bunnings.
Imagine if you had Cal's sausage and onion.
Sausage and onion.
You could retire.
What are you wearing today? I'm wearing Kel's sausage and onion. What would Dave O'Neill be? Dave O'Neill would be
Twisties. Yeah, yum. Yeah. I like the smell of Twisties. Food. Mine would be food orientated.
Probably food. Yeah.
Even you know what I like the smell of? Salt and vinegar. I love vinegar. Yes.
Yeah, but I did find this interesting. If they created the smell of cut grass, because you know when you have chips in a bag, and that's chicken, does it really taste like chicken?
No, it's like it's like chicken flavour.
But does it even have any resemblance to chicken?
A little bit. Give us a call, 132410. What fragrance would yours be?
Well,
we've got Phil from Dandenong. Yeah.
Maybe cut grass wouldn't need to smell like cut grass, but it would smell a bit like cut grass.
What do you reckon, Phil? Kebab on a Saturday night at 1 a.m. Oh, yeah, good one, mate. Garlic sauce, yeah, I like it.
Hi, it's Christine from Preston. I like the smell of my clothes just out of the dryer.
Hey, that's a good smell, Christine. I like that.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I love the smell of apple crumble. Just out of the oven.
Oh, yeah. You've got a whole range, Christine. You've got a whole range.
Yeah, no, she's good. So anyway, there's my thought for the day.
Ideas, man.
Because it doesn't make sense that when you look at Brad Pitt, you don't think, well, I want to smell like Brad Pitt. Well, I suppose, is that the idea that because it's Katy Perry, you think, well, if she's going to smell like that, then I get to smell like that. Is that the selling point?
Yeah, what she's sort of smelling like at the moment, yeah.
So if you want to smell like Dave or I, go and get our new fragrance called Somehow Related, and we take, I know, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
We take two smells, like a pie warmer and something in nature, like
cut grass,
put them together,
or salty water,
and come up with a fragrance.
Wow! I bought the Russell Brand fragrance the other day. Yeah, oh, not good. Smell of sweat and
inappropriate
bodily fluids.
Hello, Russell. He's probably going through a bit of bad time.
Prison cell.
And to catch us up with it, we were watching. We've just been watching Jimmy Savile.
Oh God!
And now, how are you feeling about this?
Who knew that he wasn't Who knew he was a kiddie fiddler? He looked like one.
And what's his name? Coogan. Steve Coogan.
It plays him.
There's been a bit of kickback
about him playing him.
About recreating what was a horrible time in.
Oh, I don't want to watch it. Louis Theroux, of course, has had all these guilt and stuff because he went and spent time with him and interviewed him. And didn't pick up on any of it, he reckons. Or he picked up on it but didn't say anything, or there's some whole story.
Yeah, but they're saying that the BBC were complicit in keeping... So therefore, now they're... Not only were they complicit, now they're making money out of it. And it is
weird, isn't it?
It is weird.
Lighting fires.
It's a tragic story. And how would you feel if you were a victim of that
terrible
person?
You don't want to
going, now they're making my horrible plight
into entertainment.
As entertainment.
Yeah,
but then again, like they did that with Jeffrey Dahmer.
I know. I watched some of that.
I watched it and it was brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
It was so brilliantly done.
Yeah.
And then I'm going, hang on, this is rubbernecking. This is gore.
Yeah.
This is celebrating something that is we should not even be,
I just think of that, that first ever big crime podcast, Serial, which was great. And it was the young Asian girl in America who got murdered.
Yeah.
And her mum just said, please stop talking about it. It keeps bringing it back.
Oh
my God.
Here's our lunch.
Okay.
Should we play the music?
Yeah, here comes the music. All right.
Welcome to Somehow Related Now. Please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
And welcome, we just had a lunch to the, probably good we stopped when we were talking.
I find I'll talk a bit slower after I've had something to eat.
Oh, yeah, it's just soup and chips, but anyway. It's very British, really. Pumpkin soup and fries. That's sort of British and American, really.
Mm.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast.
You look good.
I've been losing weight, but those chips won't help, will they? Oh.
No, you look good because you've been doing photos.
Oh, yeah, I've got makeup on.
Oh, did you bring it yourself or did she have some there?
No, there was a makeup woman. Yeah,
a makeup woman? And you had to pay for that?
Cheap.
She?
I paid her cash. Anyway, whatever. We don't need to go into this. People are bored by. But no, I'm doing festivals next year, comedy festivals, and I thought I'd get some new photos.
And how many faces have you got?
Yeah, not many.
I've got one.
Friend of the show, Carl Chandler, who is on the Dum Dum podcast. He also does my posters. He's a graphic designer by trade. And he goes, "Why are you always doing these serious photos? You're on stage. You're a fun person.
Yeah,
you're not some kind of deadpan comic. You got to look fun in your posters." So it was good advice. So I was trying to laugh in the, and I bought a bottle of soft drink as a prop. So
there you go.
What flavour? What flavour says fun? What flavour says fun and retro? Not one of the big ones. What flavour? You'll never guess. What flavour?
Orange.
Oh, close. Passiona. They're fun flavours. Like, orange is a good one. Orange. Should have got orange.
Passiona.
Yeah. It was actually called Pasito or something, but anyway, Kirk's Pasito. But anyway, you'll see these photos in all good time.
But good on you. I've only got one smiley face that I can do, and we had to do a cover shot for this very podcast.
Yeah.
And they said, don't smile. I'm going, I can't not smile because I don't have a look. And I had the photos come up on my phone the other day. They weren't good.
We look like, I don't know, as I said, we look like architects
taking ourselves
something.
way too seriously.
It's like, maybe you're the architect, I'm the builder. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, here we are. We get two topics. Got to work out how they're related. Should we get them? Or let's just get them. Come on, Sam. What are they?
Theft and cheese.
Oh, God, I love cheese. When was the last time you had cheese?
I'm finding that I have cheese late at night because it's good to help you sleep, apparently.
It's protein cheese, I think.
Isn't it? I think anything dairy though helps you sleep a little bit.
Oh yeah, but not too much.
Why not?
You don't want a milkshake swirling around in your gut.
I know, but not milk. But cheese. I think I'm not a big cheese guy.
But what cheese did you have last night then?
Bit of Bega.
Oh, nice.
Bit of Tasty.
Oh yeah.
On a biscuit.
Oh.
Rice cracker.
Yum.
And I go up to the other end of the house because we're watching TV, right?
Mm.
I think I'll have a biscuit and cheese. This is how much of a good guy I am. I go to the other end of the house and I eat my cheese like a weirdo because I think you make a lot of noise when you eat cheese and biscuits.
No, it is noisy, yeah.
So if you're sitting next to someone who's not eating and you are eating, not a pleasant noise.
How good are cheese and biscuits? Like my kids have Savoys, right?
Yeah.
But I like the multi-wheat. What are they called? I've had a Ross Noble moment on the biscuit. My favourite dried biscuit. Vita Wheat.
Vita, yeah, I've had Vita Wheat.
Vita Wheat, cheese.
Yeah.
So you know what though? The other day I had to get a plane. And I thought I don't want to eat chips or anything. I'm gonna make some Vita Wheats to eat on the plane.
Oh.
Cheese, Vegemite.
You made them. You brought them yourself.
Yeah, I bought them in a little container.
Where did you hang on? But where did you carry the container?
No, just in my CPAP case. So.
And hang on, this is a whole image you're painting here. You're turning up with CPAP.
The CPAP case, that's a sleeping aid. It has a little zip on the side. It looks like a laptop case, but a bit bulkier.
And then you pulled out a little container.
Yeah, and I probably had a Diet Coke as well. Put up my container, my Diet Coke, set up on the little table on the plane. They go soggy. They go soft. The Vita Wheats. It was only like about an hour and a half between making them and...
But that is a game you can play at a party, but let's not go into
Yeah,
that.
how long till the Vita Week goes soft?
No,
But there's
another
nothing
game
better.
called Soggy Biscuit.
I know. We've
Okay,
talked about that.
we
We've
all got
talked
the
about that
joke.
before.
Yeah, all right. Let's not talk about
But
that.
I love cheese and biscuits. It is a great in-between meal
Well,
snack.
but you can buy those really convenient packs even on the plane.
They're
though,
great.
Where you get
They're
you
great.
get four or 5 biscuits and 4 bits of cheese.
Absolutely. And
Are
they're
you
normally
a-
Savoy or Ritz. Yeah.
You are a happy camper with one of those, and kids love them too.
They
Just
do.
just take that, and they have sometimes cheese slices, and then they'll sometimes have a little dip.
Yeah.
You can dip the biscuit in.
Yeah.
Oh, have that. You know, you're very happy.
You always feel ripped off when you get a plane. They hand out what is it? It's not hummus. It's some dip with bits of celery and carrot. You're like, just chuck in a couple of biscuits. Then they have some dried wafer things, and
Yeah.
just chuck in some Savoys.
Yeah, just go standard issue.
Yeah, standard issue's often the best. All right, so
Cheese. When did it
Last-
invented? When?
I would say because cheese needs the content of
Uh-oh.
a cow's stomach,
Uh-oh.
the rennet,
Oh wow, you're good.
to make. So it's milk and rennet,
Ugh.
and they reckon that cheese was invented when I don't know whether it was cavemen or medieval people stored food in cows' stomachs.
No.
Yeah, because I assume if you gut a cow or an animal, some kind of animal, and you put the food, the stomach lining must be a good.
What's haggis?
Oh, that's a good question. That
Because
is
haggis is meat
yeah.
inside a
Yeah.
sheep's stomach.
Yeah. So
But hang on, when you say store, meaning they've killed it's stored into a live animal?
well, the people were just guessing. I read this on the internet. People guess that cheese was created when someone put milk into a cow's stomach or stored some kind of dairy in a cow's stomach, and it became cheese. Because you need the rennet.
And you don't know whether that was a cow's stomach that was removed from the cow or it was a live cow.
I'd say removed from the cow. I'm
So
talking-
they killed the cow and found some stuff in there and gone, what? They found a cow, chopped it open and gone, oh, this looks good. You got a biscuit? I'll dip it. Okay, yep.
Well, I don't know, but you definitely need that. I mean, obviously now these days they use artificial stuff they can use artificial
So
stuff.
cheese is off milk, is it?
Yeah, I think it's milk that's matured. Yep.
Yep.
With stuff added to it.
And there's any number of fine cheeses that are beautiful to the taste. And, I mean, it's like wine tasting, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You know, because we often get a cheese platter for the weekend, and everyone stands around. Have you
Yeah.
tried that one? Have you tried that one? Oh, I'll try that one. Look at that one. That one's soft. That one's hard. This one smells like vomit. This one smells like cat.
Yeah. As you get older, you do like the stronger ones. I don't know if our taste buds are getting softer, but the strong cheese.
I must admit, I'm immature when it comes to the taste of cheese.
So you
Meaning
like
I don't appreciate what I'm tasting. But I reckon I got in my head a long time ago that it wasn't good for you. So therefore, I've got this. I tricked myself out of enjoying it.
What?
Yeah. Well,
Not a lot of it's not good for you, but a little bit's fine.
a little bit's fine. Yeah.
You know what I had last night? Last cheese I had was feta because I made a lasagna, and instead of making the white sauce, here's a tip for you at home, people. Instead of making the white sauce, which is quite laborious to make a white sauce, you ever made a white sauce? It's you've got to melt the butter, put the flour, don't burn it, add the milk, add the cheese. Yeah, you got to keep watching it.
Yeah.
So for us busy chefs at home, all you can do is just crumble some feta over the lasagna sheets as your white sauce, and it's beautiful. The feta adds a sharpness to the lasagna. Oh, yeah.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. So
That's the last cheese I had. But I mean, cheese. I mean, I love cheese on, Parmesanas. I love cheese.
there was that great joke in Kath and Kim, wasn't there? I want a
Baby
statue
cheeses.
of
Yeah, baby cheeses. That's funny. That's one of those ones that gets quoted around our house by our kids. It's funny, isn't it?
Let's go through some of the cheeses that are your top shelf.
Parmesan.
Brie, Camembert,
Jarlsberg.
feta, mozzarella.
Oh, yeah, good.
Mozzarella's in a bag or something, isn't it?
But you can get slices too.
Cottage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not bad, but good in a, whatever, something.
What's the one that really smells bad? Blue?
Oh,
blue,
yeah.
Blue. Is it
It's
blue?
too full on for me, blue cheese.
It's too much, isn't it? Yeah. What about Philadelphia? Top shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Bit of Philadelphia. You can make
In a
Yeah.
sweet. Have that in a sweet. What about provolone? You know provolone?
No.
Oh, it's like a Parmesan-y kind of Jarlsberg. It's Italian. Oh, beautiful in the sandwich.
Now, they say that all those cheeses, as you said, are good for you. But once you go down the other end of the pool, which is like those cheese sticks and those...
Oh, yeah.
That is bad for you.
Yeah.
But can you have a burger without cheese now?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh, a burger without cheese is like a dance partner who can't dance. Hang on,
Well, a cheese and salad sandwich is great. The cheese adds something to a salad
cheese
sandwich.
when all the let's do it again. But when all the condiments turn up to the party, ham walks in. He's big deal.
Ham, big deal. Lettuce, carrot.
Yeah.
Beetroot's got a bit of flair because he's...
Tomato, a little annoying.
Beetroot's dripping everywhere.
He's sort of... wipe your feet dripping, beetroot, because, don't bring it in.
Alfalfa's on the outer. I was big in the 80s, guys. In the 70s, don't you remember? Everyone wanted me.
The big issue, the big one, when cheese came in... humble.
Cheese.
Respect.
Cheese.
But you don't want the cheese so powerful that it overpowers the sandwich.
No.
Friend of the show, Alex, is working at. I don't think you mind me saying he's working at a cheese shop in the market.
Wow.
And it's a top end do TV shows about it.
Which market? The Victorian
market.
I'm going to go in there.
Go in there. Go and see him.
I've been going to different markets.
Is that your thing? But there's a TV show.
Yeah.
Market Dave. Market to market.
Tell you what, in Melbourne, we got some good ones. Okay, I've only been to 3. No, 4.
As a thing, or you're looking for something?
No, I've been in the area.
Which is the best so far?
Oh, I tell you, Preston was pretty good.
I tell on a national scale, Adelaide, the market at
Adelaide market's excellent.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not a vegetarian, but the falafel stand there was... Because I go to these markets and I just look at which takeaway joint's got the most people lining up at.
And you go, bang.
I one of that.
There's the one to go.
But I had I tell you what, Adelaide market. Ooh.
Anyway, Alex is making these top end toasted cheese sandwiches.
Oh.
With, look, I can't begin to, I haven't been there yet, but I know he's using, what's that thing that dogs find on the ground?
Poo? Other dogs' bums?
You know, that really expensive stuff.
Oh, clover?
No. Oh, God.
Truffles.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That was really embarrassing.
You had a Ross Noble moment about what dogs find on the ground.
Well, dogs do find truffles, don't they?
Yeah, they hunt truffles. Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't remember what a biscuit was.
Yeah, I couldn't remember Vital Wheats.
Apparently, knocking people's socks off.
Oh, if you got a chef making a toasted sandwich.
Imagine a chef making a toasted sandwich. And here's the thing. Here's the big question for me. If there was a competition, a podium competition, first, second, third, for me, it would come down to pan-fried or toasted. So a toasted sandwich where you put it in the pan and you flip it with a spatula as opposed to a press.
Yeah, or even under the grill's another one
Under the grill. See, I'm not big on I reckon that's coming third, under the grill.
You know what we've got at the beach house? We've got an old-fashioned jaffle machine. I tell you what, it's so good.
Yeah, but it takes the food, seals it in bread.
Yes.
And it makes it hotter than the centre of the earth.
Yes.
And you bite that with a level of confidence.
Yeah.
And don't ever make the mistake of putting baked beans in one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Because a squirt of hot tomato sauce anywhere it'll scar you for life.
So hang on, if you could have any toasted sandwich, because it is a great lunch, toasted sandwich. You know
look, as we said before,
because when I'm at Kira, I'd never done it in the pan before. I was not a fry pan guy.
Once you go there, you won't go back.
It is very good because you can add as much butter as you want.
Yeah, when you go, we have a place we go to down the coast. And I go, that's the difference. It's pan fried as opposed to because a press. The thing about a press and also a jaffle, it'll take the food and it'll squeeze it.
Yeah,
and it'll take some of the, I don't know.
I tell you though, I swear I was skeptical of the jaffle, but once you have one, you're like,
okay, what's it? Okay,
there's a reason why, because it compresses all the bread tight together with the cheese and it all melts.
Right.
And there's a reason why jaffles were popular.
What's your favourite jaffle ingredients?
Oh, I just have cheese, tomato, and tuna.
cheese,
sometimes cheese,
tomato,
and salami.
And salami.
Oh.
And how is that when you're biting the salami? Is it coming out? And
Yeah,
is it,
you got to.
be careful.
I cook it, and what I also do. Gee, people are loving this at home. I flip it so it gets cooked extra on different bits of the. Because what happens with the jaffle? It'll cook in specific areas, but it will leave some bits uncooked. You got to flip it out with a wooden spoon and then put it back upside down, if you know what I mean. So it cooks
more consistently.
Yeah,
around.
and it cooks longer, and then it gets crisper on the outside. Because jaffles can be soggy if you don't cook them long enough. Anyway,
back to my point.
But I cut them open. I cut them open and leave them, and then I come back to them.
Can I say? Do you agree or disagree? Toasted sandwich podium. First place goes to pan fried. Oh, look at you hesitating.
I'm putting jaffle up there.
Okay, you can go. Okay, that's a tie for first. Second is a press.
Yeah.
And third is
grill.
Under the grill.
Under the grill.
Under the grill. You know,
Under the grill.
Really old school.
Or fourth is what my older son does. He's lazy, so he toasts 2 bits of toast in the toaster and then just pushes it together with stuff.
That
in
is,
between.
you lose your toasted sandwich license for that.
Shit house.
Yeah, a shit house. It's too dry. You've got to get the butter going through the bread.
You know what I say? Typical millennial move.
Yeah,
you know
typical.
I don't think he's. I don't even know what he is.
But the point is, coming back to the topic.
Yeah.
Is there cheese always in your jaffles, your toast? I think there always is, isn't there?
Yeah.
So,
and someone used to do stand-up. A guy called Chris Bennett, great comic. He used to just always say, "Why is it always ham and cheese?" You know when you go, "I'll have a ham and cheese." No one ever says cheese and ham.
That's true.
I'll have a ham and cheese toasty. Ham and cheese toasty. Cheese and ham? What? Cheese and ham? A bit weird.
Yeah.
No, cheese. Got to have it. I can't imagine a toasted sandwich without cheese.
So
even if you're a vegan, you'd have some of that fake cheese.
I get a funny look sometimes because my favourite toasted.
Oh yeah, go on. What is it? Go on.
The judge is pulling
drinking
up
my drink.
I get chicken and cheese.
Oh yeah, nice.
Is that all right?
Yeah, nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With a bit of salt and pepper.
When I was at
and you white bread or brown bread? You're only white bread.
Brown.
Oh, you go brown.
Well, no, I don't care, but I actually like brown bread. It's unusual, but when we have jaffles, we have white bread, but good white bread, that's good sourdough, Glenn.
Yeah,
good Irawara, whatever it's called.
And you're cutting it? It was already sliced.
I cut it.
Yeah,
but sometimes it is already sliced. When I went to teachers' college, and we went to the same teachers' college, there used to be a great old school cafe. You probably went there around the corner from the teachers' college called it was like a diner where you see taxi drivers eating and stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of those places around there.
Yeah, it used to be in Carlton.
And you would go there knowing you wouldn't go to the cafe because you would go off. You always go off Broadway a bit.
I love going to this, John, because I'd see taxi drivers in there, and I would always have a cheese and chicken toasted sandwich for lunch.
Yeah,
and a spider, and oh man.
And when you're having your toasted sandwich with your cheese or your chicken or whatever, are you cutting it? Which way are you cutting it? Diagonally or square?
I still remember they would cut it diagonally, and I like that.
Yeah, that first pointy corner going into the mouth is always good, and finishing with a pointy corner is good.
That's the good thing about jaffles. They're diagonal. Automatically, it cuts it.
Because it does cut it. With a jaffle, though, it means you're getting a lot more crust.
Yeah, I like that.
Which I don't. I'm not a big. Okay. See, Selena loves a crust, and I love it. I like a soft middle bit.
I love it.
So we're a perfect couple.
You are.
Yeah. Anyway, so what else can we say about cheese?
God, I think we've said a lot.
Well, we have said.
You know what? We've said a lot about toasted sandwiches.
So are there other cheeses you can? There's goat's cheese.
Yeah. Kieran, that's like feta. It tastes like feta. It's nice.
Any other sort of cheeses?
Lamb cheese. Sheep's cheese. What about these days? You can get, like when you make a hamburger, you can get American cheese, which is sort of like a McDonald's orange cheese. You can buy that. That's pretty tasty in the supermarket.
But it would be bad for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because when you look at a bit of cheese and it's shiny, you go, "This is not good."
Yeah.
Or remember at school, I remember those cheese sticks. Remember those?
My kids have them. Yeah.
They still have them?
Yeah, but now they've made healthier versions of the ones that we used to have. Because that was just like bulked out cheese. Wasn't even that tasty.
No.
Some cultures don't have cheese though.
Is there good cheddar?
Yeah.
Meaning,
in Europe they don't have cheddar. They don't have tasty cheese.
So that's your bottom shelf, isn't it?
Yeah, in Europe they just have Parmesan, blue cheese. Well, this is in Switzerland. Glenn goes, yeah, they don't have the tasty here. It's just like Parmesan and blue cheese and really strong cheese. I think that's more British to have tasty cheese.
Oh, right.
Gorgonzola, that's another one.
Because when the Americans got a hold of cheese, they went,
they made it bland.
Yeah.
Put it through the blander.
Yeah, but we still go for it. But anyway, look, if cheese was a person, I would say, lovely to meet you, love your work.
Yeah.
And on a pizza,
Yum.
when you pull the pizza away and that string of cheese is there, what do? Do you flick it and put it back with the other bit, or do you try to take the whole piece and put it onto your own?
Yeah, I try to put on my own.
When you're pulling it across the table, I've reached over. There's one with prawn and cheese and something else on there, and I pulled it, and all these other extra bits are sort of coming in
dangling
between.
Off.
It's not a good look, is it?
No.
So then you've got to find a way to do that.
Well, I love cheese. All right, well, let's talk about theft. You ever stolen anything?
Oh, that's a good
Run
question.
like you stole something?
I stole a joke from Jay Leno.
Oh, wow. What joke was it?
I was in the US and I had a routine about cars. The joke was, I have a Cadillac so big that when I get home, I find little Volkswagens scrunched up underneath the fenders.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. But I had a routine about Volkswagens or something, and so I did steal a joke because a lot of comedians in that period were going over there and stealing whole routines. Because back then, no internet. Yeah. No TV. The comedians weren't doing specials. Only the really, really, really big ones. And so you could,
specials weren't a thing. They put out an album, and then Australian comedians would buy the album, like Richard Pryor, and then listen to it and do the routines.
Yeah, and then years later you'd find out, and you go, "Oh no, what's his name?
Yeah. I saw a comic the other night doing all stolen material. I'm like, oh my god, that's like Woody Allen. Like jokes so old, like I was so ugly as a baby. The doctor slapped my mother.
Really. Do you say anything to those guys? There should be someone like Tony Martin was always very good at.
Yeah,
spotting.
he knows the sources.
He was always very good at going.
The best thing I ever saw was I did a gig in Geelong with one of these guys who did all stolen material, and so he gets up and he goes, "I said to my father, am I adopted Ling Chow?" And these two comedy nerds were sitting down the front, sourcing all the material, going and talking to each other like this, not even realizing they were, going, "That's Gabe Kaplan from his album." Yeah, Gabe Kaplan. And then the guy goes, okay. I went around to my wife's house and my girlfriend's house. She said, treat this house as your own. So I sold it. Rodney Dangerfield, 1978. Rodney Dangerfield. That's how you get
That's a TV show.
Just
Comedy Court.
Oh, yeah.
Comedy Court.
Yeah.
Because, there's no doubt that...
It doesn't happen very often these days. With the internet, it's a lot harder for people to steal jokes.
Yeah.
But then again, there's a lot of material out there to steal from.
What you can't copyright is stealing of rhythm, of music, of tone. A lot of people steal tone.
Tone.
As I said before, there's a lot of Hughesies out there.
Oh, yes, one right here.
Because once you find it, rather than finding your own voice...
Yeah.
You find someone else's voice because it's easier. And if the scary part about finding your own voice is you find it and then you're not funny, then you're in trouble. But you can only ever be your own voice.
You don't like your own voice. Yeah, but it takes a while for people to develop their own voice.
It does. It takes years to develop.
Same with artists or musicians or...
It is hard.
Yeah,
whether you play the guitar or an instrument or whatever way you dance or you act... by the way, have you seen the new ad for De Niro and DiCaprio's new movie?
Oh, yeah.
Watch the ad.
It's about...
I don't know what it's about. But DiCaprio, throughout the ad, is doing De Niro face.
Oh, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
He's doing this.
He does it.
Watch the ad. Trust me, he does it at least 4 times. DiCaprio, to De Niro's face, is doing De Niro face.
This is a new Martin Scorsese one.
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I watched the Wolf of Wall Street on a plane the other day. I've never seen it.
No,
it's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Is that Mahayanikini? Wolf of Wall Street? Is that?
That's where the guy. Yeah. And he didn't tell the director
he was going to do that.
Yeah, because you can see Leonardo DiCaprio looking off camera to Scorsese, going, "What's going on?" And Scorsese, I think, just gave him a thumbs up and he kept doing it. Anyway,
what were we talking
about?
Theft. Oh, wait a second. Have you stolen anything?
Yeah. Look, I'm not proud of it.
Oh.
When we were teenagers, I had my BMX stolen. So then we went and stole someone else. We didn't know them. I don't know who stole my BMX. So we went and stole someone else's BMX.
So you reckon eye for an eye? You reckon what goes around comes around?
Well, you shouldn't leave your bike unlocked outside the bowling alley in Ringwood. That's all I'm saying.
You shouldn't do that, but also, too, you have a right to, and you have a right to, just
it's true.
Yeah.
You know what? A lawyer told my brother once when he was involved in something, I can say what it was. Our house got raided by federal police when we were in shared housing because my brother was working for BHP
look out.
when he was at uni, and someone had sold some of their secrets to. It was in the paper and everything. I found the article the other day. This is my Swiss brother. Yeah. And so the cops came in
To your house.
They raided the shared house. And I remember
You were in there.
I remember Noddy threw the bong in the dryer. I remember that.
Because they won't look in there.
And the cops came in because they thought he, being a university student, was a radical and had sold this information about BHP selling uranium. Anyway, the cops. And so my brother had to see a lawyer, and the lawyer said to him, "I don't care if you did it. Never, ever tell anyone if you did it. All right?
Don't even
And
tell
to
you-
this day, he was out here recently when we asked him about it because I found the article and I said, and we're like, so did you do it? He goes, no, I didn't do it. I'm not saying I didn't do it. Because he said he told a story. Okay, so a guy went into, I still remember the hotel, the Dorset Gardens Hotel in Croydon, right? The Dirty Dorset. If you're from the out east of Melbourne, you know it. This guy went in there, he sat at the bar and he said to this bloke, I haven't been in this hotel for 30 years. And the guy went, oh, yeah. He said, yeah, last time I was here, I don't want to say. He goes, no, what happened? He goes, well, I stole this HQ holding out the front. And the guy goes, 30 years ago? Brown one? He goes, yeah. He goes, that was my car. And punched him.
Oh.
The lawyer said, that's a true story. Never, ever admit to if you stole
So you
something.
don't admit to the lawyer or you don't admit...
You don't admit to the lawyer, absolutely. No, you don't tell the lawyer. No.
So yeah, you have to go with your made-up story to the lawyer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, well, I mean, I don't know. You do whatever you want. If you've murdered someone, you should confess.
I always
if you
wonder about that.
If you've stolen a BMX bike, you know, I don't know.
I just wonder about that, though. Because you think, you know what, I did it, but there are mitigating circumstances. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
You know, because I know I killed him, but he had done so-and-so to me, so therefore, that's why. But I didn't kill him. It was self-defense. So, but if you completely deny it, then you're up the shitter, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think generally you get found out in the end.
Okay, so what are the things that people steal? One, money.
Michelle Laurie does a great podcast, and they interviewed a guy who'd been to prison because they wanted to talk to people who'd been to prison. Now, this guy went to prison because his job in the insurance company was to send out checks to people that had got compensation but not received it.
Yeah.
And so he got a check in his own name for say it's Glenn Robbins for another Glenn Robbins, and he sent the check to the Glenn Robbins in say Adelaide. Check comes back. Glenn Robbins is no longer living at this address, and he goes, you know what? I was going to cash this check, and so he cashed this guy's check, and then he started. I don't know what he created more fake names. He started creating fake names.
Well, once you did it, you wouldn't be able to stop.
He got $300,000,
Yeah.
and then they caught him.
It went to jail.
He went to jail.
Yeah. Well, when I worked in the insurance company, the guy said to me, if you even think, because I worked in an area where I was in Victorian claims maturities.
All right, stop bragging. All right,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
all got stuff on, mate. We've all done things. We've all
And
done things,
I
mate.
could have very easily, because I remember thinking, these
Yeah.
things are maturing and we can't find these people. I'm going, that money's just going to sit there. I could easily get a friend of mine to turn up and say, I'm that bloke, give him the check, and we go, and then eventually you get caught.
Well, I think on a very petty level, like I worked at a TAFE and a uni because my dad was a teacher there. We worked in student enrolments, and that year they were giving out bags of CCs to every new student. I would have stolen. We used to eat them out the back.
Really?
No, that's theft.
It is theft.
That's theft.
Yeah.
You know?
So you can steal money, you can steal objects like you've done, and you can steal art.
But I reckon though, if you're working like I worked in a hot dog shop, right? And the guy accused me of stealing the rolls.
Yeah, you've
and
never got over that.
Selling them to the opposition when in fact I was just eating them. And there is an old Chinese saying that says, you can't blame the ox that grains the grind for taking a little bit for itself.
Can you do that in Chinese for me, in language?
Oh, man. No, we won't go on.
We'll get
cancelled.
We'll get cancelled.
But it's true. If you're working at a hot dog shop, you know what they did at the body shop? Because Kieran used to work at the body shop, my partner. When I met her in the body shop in the very early 90s.
Really? What were you buying?
I was looking for a wife. And I found one.
Yeah, you
No,
find
hang
out-
on. I was in the body shop. I was looking for a new body. And anyway, so I'd gone in there to suss her out because a girl at uni, Joe, who worked with her, said there's this girl that you'd like. You got to come in and pretend to buy some hair gel. That's how I met her, pretending to buy hair gel.
You pretend to buy hair gel and say, I'll have some hair gel and would you like to go out with me?
Yeah.
You made a couple of jokes. You would have done a couple of gags.
Couple of gags.
Yeah, and
I think she pretty much ignored me. I'm looking at Joe.
so how did you take it from first base to like home, third base, home run?
Just kept going back, God, I had so much hair gel in my cupboard. Yeah, that's a good question. I met her at a party and then started talking to her, met her somewhere else.
So you did the groundwork.
What they do at the body shop, what they used to do, they used to give the employees a massive discount, like 70% off.
Yeah.
And then no one would steal anything.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that gets stolen. Cosmetics get stolen.
Because people who work in offices always take the paper, or they take the paper clips, or they take the pens. Or you're going, God, big time,
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Yeah. I remember eating the chocolate mints at the reception centre I used to. I used to go to the back room and they had chocolate mints out the back, and I used to eat handfuls of them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But, if you work in a factory, in the chocolate factory, you'll, like in the hot dog shop, the first night I reckon I ate 6 hot dogs. The second night, 3 or 4, and then you just get sick of them and you can't eat them anymore. And I reckon that's what happens in lolly factories and that. You just get sick of it.
Yeah, you just go, I've had enough.
I've had enough.
What about? Oh, no, that's not really theft, is it? Is it if you look over someone's shoulder in an exam?
No, that's cheating.
That's cheating. That's different, isn't it? Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, because I cheated in the theatre sports national finals, but whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're in the toilet and you heard them.
I was in the toilet and it was like in a with a whiler or something. I had to work out what the 3 things were. I was in a thing, while a thing, with a thing. And
you heard them saying
I heard all of it, and then walked out
fantastic.
and going, I think I just heard the whole thing. And up to that point, the night had been going really shit. And then I went and I said whatever it was. I said I was nervous, apparently. And so I did a thing where I walked towards the edge of the stage and looked over and started to shake a bit. And the crowd went nuts. So then someone then wrote a book about theatre sports and then wrote about this improvisation that I did as being one of the great improvisations in history that was ever done. And I cheated. I stole. Well, it wasn't theft.
But the closest thing we've got to that is Thank God You're Here now on TV.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you love it if you were just in the toilet and you heard, like, Ed Cavalier running, he runs the actors or whatever. Him going, so, okay, we're going to get Dave O'Neill in a spaceship and then Grant Denyer's going to turn up. You just be going, oh, fantastic.
Well, I have worked on that show, and it surprisingly, I'm not saying, because I have been on it.
But surely when you get your outfit on, you go...
Yeah, you go, well, okay.
Like Ross Noble did the other night, friend of the show.
Fantastic.
He was playing a spaceman.
Hilarious.
Now, he would just get that space.
So you can put a couple of things in your back pocket just to go, here's a joke there, there's a joke there.
But sometimes it's like...
But you're much better off to stay in the moment.
Yes. Because they throw a curveball.
Yeah.
I remember when someone went on dressed as like a Star Trek character, and so immediately you're thinking, oh, it's going to be Star Trek. But I think they went to a fan convention, which is different again.
Yeah.
That's a curveball. Anyway.
So, and you can also steal information.
Yes.
So I could go, that's what espionage is, isn't it?
It's like Julian. That's why Julian Assange is still in jail. He stole secrets and put them out.
We've sent over some politicians. They've gone over there to go knock on the door.
I know. I think they should absolutely get him back to Australia. But when you see our lead politician as Barnaby Joyce, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, I know. Imagine the Americans going, what are we going to do this morning? Oh, we got a Australian contingent coming over for Julian Assange.
It's that guy that looks like a beetroot.
Yeah.
It's that Barnaby Joyce.
Okay. And, I mean, look, I agree. He should come home now. I mean, yes, he did the wrong thing. Yes, he was revealing the truth, but but the Americans, he's
in that prison in England.
He's in prison in England, is he?
Yeah, it's that really old prison. Oh, it's what's it called? I can't remember the name of it, but it's it's a very old prison.
So you would think that he'd have better chance of getting out of England than he would out of the US.
Yeah. Well, the Americans want to extradite him to answer the questions, the charge.
It's a bit like what's her name? The girl who there comes a time. What's the girl who boogie board? Chappelle. There comes a time when you go, you know what?
8 years in a Bali prison is enough for putting some marijuana in your boogie board.
Enough, and they go, look, it's enough. I mean, he has paid for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
he'll never be the same again.
No.
It's theft. Don't do it, kids. It's bad. All right, because ultimately, like people say, oh, I steal from Coles and Woolies, big deal. But you're like,
isn't it an illness, kleptomania?
Oh, absolutely.
Where
my dad's, we got broken into in Mitcham, right, and they stole a tea towel, some money from the Scouts, and 2 brooms. And Dad's like, and a Charlie Pride CD. And then about 6 months later, the cop rang up Dad and said, "We've found your stuff."
Oh, yeah.
And there was a house in Nunawading, and this guy, the cop goes, it was in the local paper, "It's unbelievable. This guy was stealing everything and anything. He's got street signs, he's got witches' hats, he's got CDs, he's got tea towels." And Dad had to go over and identify his tea towels. Yeah, that one there, that one there.
Because my theory is this: when you get robbed, whether it's your car, you're going, I don't really want that back. It's been, it's like, I don't know how they've treated whatever it is, where they've done with it. You know, you go, oh, here's your, I don't know,
it's terrible.
Your SLR camera back. You go, oh, you know what? I don't really.
It's
I would
terrible.
rather pay the insurance. And buy a brand new one.
It's terrible. And also, to have your house broken into is awful.
Isn't it an awful feeling? I remember I came home, we'd been broken into, and I was staring at the television that wasn't there, and I was staring at the VCR player, and in my brain I'm going, in a second, it will click in as to why they're not there. I'll be, oh, that's right, I put him in to be fixed. Or that's right, we put him in the other room. And I'm going, and it took, well, probably, it took quite some time for me to go, I have been robbed.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
It's a horrible feeling.
Freaks you out.
It's a horrible. I mean, I've had my car broken into.
That's not good.
That's a couple of times. That's horrible. They come and smash the front window of the.
Yeah, that's annoying.
They didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Got nothing.
My car was so shit they left $20 on the dash. Good on them.
So,
all right. Well, let's have some thinking music.
Some thinking music.
Theft. Crime.
All right. An ad for
Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, or hang on, what is it? What's that? What's that place where you take where people take stolen goods?
Cash converters.
Do a cash converter. Footballers are doing cash converter ads.
Yeah, Petrarca. There's some big legends on there doing ads.
Really? Is that the best you can? Maybe they just really want to be on TV.
Oh, they must get good money for it.
Cash converters. Have you ever taken anything cash converters?
No.
You don't get much for it.
No, I know.
So that is a pawn shop, isn't it?
Yeah.
They will hang on to it for a period.
Yep.
And then they will sell it.
Yep.
And they'll have a massive markup on it.
I've got some. I should do my stand. I'll do it at the end. I've got a routine about cash converters.
Okay, that'd be
do
good.
it at the end. It's going to be great.
Is there any cheese ads like Kraft, Singles, Coon? Coon's a funny name for cheese, isn't it?
I think it was the name of the guy who invented it. I think they've got rid of it because of racial overtones.
So you can't buy Coon anymore.
No.
So we shouldn't be saying.
Oh no, you can say it because it's historical.
Yeah,
there was a Coon cheese.
I don't want to upset anybody out there.
Okay, well, what about all I can remember is cheese ads. Peter, g'day. Russell, g'day. Clark.
Where's the cheese?
Where's the cheese?
Where's the cheese?
Peter Russell Clark, g'day.
G'day. G'day.
He ran a restaurant in the Grampians or somewhere.
Yeah, no, we went there.
Oh, you went?
Yeah, well, I think.
Did you meet him?
Well, I think Mum booked us in with our auntie, and we had to drive down there. It was down on the peninsula. And I remember thinking, Mum just wants to go so Peter Russell Clark will come out and say hello. And he never did. He was never there. Well, I don't know. Maybe he was. I don't remember. But it wasn't a big deal.
Someone said he swore a lot when he came out.
Oh, really?
Where's the fucking cheese, Peter? You're fucking...
All right. So for our younger listeners, this will make no sense to you.
But he was like a chef. He was one of the first TV chefs.
To our older listeners, you'll go, oh, God.
Oh, they'll love it.
Okay,
here we go.
Peter Russell Clark, where's the cheese?
Hey, where's the cheese? Oh.
Now, got any more cheese? Australian cheese, of course, because I reckon it's even better than the imported stuff. It's true, our cheese flavour, texture and food value turns any barbie into a beauty.
Oh, that's great. Takes me back to like the goodies and all that era. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, that would have been
late 70s, early 80s. Yeah, Peter Russell. Yeah. G'day. Russell Clark. G'day.
All right. Okay.
What's the connection between cheese and theft? Go.
I've got this.
Yeah.
I reckon cheese is the most stolen theft thing in a supermarket.
I was going to say that most stolen thing around the world. Okay, what is the answer, Sam? We're saying the same thing, basically.
An astonishing 4% of the world's cheese ends up stolen, making it the world's most stolen food. Criminologists describe cheese as a literally craved food item, which means concealable, removable, available, valuable, enjoyable and disposable. It's so small that it can be stashed in a stroller, coat or even purse.
Wow.
Wow.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Wow.
But hang on, even though I said it, what do I mean by that? Meaning, if you went to a supermarket, that'd be stolen. But where else are you stealing cheese from?
Yeah, that's probably true, actually. It's just supermarkets, really, in shops. But why isn't it behind the counters with the razor blades, you know?
Yeah.
You don't have to get the razor blades.
But it's not stolen
or the
that
ciggies. Should be in a cabinet like the ciggies, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
You know what I find hard about cheese that comes in a packet that's pre-sliced,
yeah.
but the slices are all in one pile?
Yeah.
Because I have this problem when
And they stick together?
They stick together.
Yeah,
so
it's
then you got to
annoying.
get your fingers in there, and you
Yeah.
go, "Now I'm not being appropriate." How do you get the first one off the top? Do you put a knife in there, flip it up, or do you just do it? with
Yeah,
your
I
fingers?
often use a knife.
Just to flip it
yeah,
up?
sometimes my fingers, but often a knife, yeah. Because you see that mozzarella or American cheese gets stuck together really bad, you know?
I know. So it comes out of a machine, then they pile it all up.
Yeah.
I understand why they put plastic in between it, because that is convenient.
yeah.
But they don't do that with a good cheese.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
It all sticks together.
all sticks together.
All right, my cash converters routine. So,
Oh yes.
So true story. I did a gig for the Collingwood Football Club years ago with Peter Hallier and Brad Oakes, and they're both. This is topical. Collingwood just won the grand final in the AFL.
Oh, congratulations.
So,
to
go
Collingwood
Pies.
supporters.
Go Pies. And great game too. Very close.
Fantastic game.
Great
One of the
game.
best.
One of
Grand
the
finals can be very disappointing.
One of the greats games. Anyway, so we did this gig for them, and they paid us in a signed Collingwood jumper. Right.
Oh.
Now, I'm not a Collingwood supporter. I'm Cats. And so I say, what am I going to do with this? So I go, I'm not stupid. I'll take it to cash converters, right?
Yep.
Signed by all the players. So
Yep.
Nathan Buckley, it was, he was on there. DeGoey, all the guys
Yep.
were on there. I said, I'll take it, but not any cash converters. Cash converters, Smith Street, Collingwood. The heartland of Magpies fans, where all the feral fans walk the streets going,
Yep.
can the Pies.
Yep.
Even that sounds like Husey, but, can the Pies.
Yep.
So I said to the manager of Smith Street Collingwood cash converters, put it in the window, let's see how much we get.
Yep.
He goes, no worries. Half an hour, he rings me up, he goes, the jumper's gone. I said, what did we get? He goes, no, they stole it. Woo! Thank you, I'm here all night.
Oh, that Dave O'Neill. Okay, let's go get burgers and cheese.
Try the dessert.